to say in this insertion, which I won't be doing many insertions, I noticed that I smacked my lips. Well, the thing be the thing. My body wants to smack my lips, so there must be a reason for it. So I am not doing it intentionally. And I know that I did address this at the end of this installment. But I'm going to let it stay. I don't care to hide up or fine-tune no more than I care to work alone. I tend to like, I suppose that one could say that the reason that people disagree with smacking their lips is because it smacks of being moist, being wet, being damp, being musty, somehow not refined, as those things are seen as. But there's a great deal of life, there's a great deal of vitality in the swamps, which is very funky, very wet and moist, and smacking is so. Is also. I do not cover up my human scent with cologne. I can barely take the scent that is in deodorant, and certainly don't like my clothes to smell sunlight clean, because I have no idea what that smell like, and I don't trust other people telling me that they have captured sunlight in a bottle. So I do smack my lips, and if you have some trouble with that, then, well, now that wasn't a smack, that was a kiss. That was one of those. Okay, this insect ends now. Enjoy. What I wanted to say in this insertion, which I won't do on many insertions, I noticed that I smacked my lips. Well, hello. I'm going to make my introduction. My name is Uncle David, and I'm going to be delivering a lecture, or should I say micro lecture, as is going to be delivered in snippets, like the one I'm creating now. Being a poet, the poetic style I'm going to be using will be the style of rambling. Now, I know some poets are going to say that rambling is not a poetic style, but as a poet I beg to differ. The reason I'm going to be rambling is because that is the way that I think. You'll be surprised what your mind is thinking when you're not paying attention. It is extremely difficult to donate all of your time to controlling your thoughts. The mind thinks 24/7, therefore it is bound to ramble. It doesn't simply ramble when you are sleeping, in the sense of the sense that dreams make, or dream reality, which is a kind of rambling through your week. Rambling through your week with imagery and auditorial sounds, visual sounds, smells, and so forth, that are very, very real. But they are, in essence, a form of rambling. And so, I see nothing wrong with delivering a lecture in the same style and being a poet. It fit. As for my name, well, they haven't dragged out old Uncle Sam since 1942. I think he's hanging up as a poster in some war museum in Hoboken, New Jersey. So therefore, I thought it was time that American met her uncle, you being my nieces and my nephews. If there are any other poets out there who are uncles to America, then I hope you would step up and fulfill the mission, the number one mission of your job as a poet, which is that the poet is in the service of the people. You can write poems for yourself, you can write poems for your family and friends all you want, but you still have an obligation to write poetry of concern to the American people and by extension to the people of the world. The mission of this lecture is to put forth some of my ideas about what is a question that has actually, it is about a question and it is about something bigger than the question itself. And the larger thing is human nature. What is human nature? How should it be approached? What it should be used for, how it can be understood. It is not far-fetched to say that all of our laws and regulations should in fact be based on human nature. Some may say we already have that, but I would beg to differ. There's a certain amount of corruption in the legal system that may be appropriate under the heading of human nature, but in terms of compassion, understanding, justice, in other words, what you are going to be getting into, me being a poet, and how human nature and words work together. It is a fallacy to believe that words are our best way of communicating. This simply is not so. If you are walking on the street one evening enjoying the day, and someone or some bodies are approaching doing the same thing perhaps, then your body language is being read. Their body language is being read. There is a communication going on there, whether it is acknowledged or whether you are even conscious of it. You could be reading a text. Sorry about that. I'm outdoors as I prefer to do this introduction. I was saying that if you're walking on the street, reading a text or what have you, preoccupied, enjoying the day, you are reading not only the environment, some of which is maybe known to you, therefore you're pretty much on automatic until you spy a car coming if you're heading across the street. Then you become conscious, go off automatic, or someone is approaching. You read that person, the race, the gender, the dress, and that person or those people are reading you just as well. So our primary mode of communication is not words by any stretch of the imagination. Words comes out of the human body. So therefore it is the body language which is the primary mode of communication as dictated by human nature. Now, human nature is the way in which we operate. We cannot step outside of being human. We can't stop being human. You can no more step outside of your body than you can step outside of nature. Nature cannot step outside of Earth, per se, I presume, in any extraordinary visual way that does harm to the whole entire system of Earth. And Earth cannot step outside of the solar system, though it can be bumped, flown, hit, and what have you. And the solar system, which is the cosmos to me, the solar system, which exists within the cosmos. Now, the cosmos gets to the ideal for me about God. And I say that because my God is Mother Nature. And Mother Nature as my God is not selling any insurance for me to step outside of my body and to go to some place that exists outside of the cosmos, such as heaven or nirvana or what have you. In nature being my God, I do not attempt to convert or to convince anyone to the contrary. Nature is herself, so sometimes I'm sure with the lightning and the tornadoes that nature is not Mother Nature, but in fact part male, bitch, and drag. To say that you're God, you have to realize first that your God, nature, is antisocial. If you were to go outside on the coldest day of the year in your birthday suit and just what nature gave you, and you stay out there until you realize that nature is antisocial towards you, all humans, all form of life that exists within her, because they are a system of individuals set up to work in some form of unison for their own mutual survival. This survival gets to the point of a question that many people have made entirely too complicated when it can be summed up in a soundbite. That is, what is the meaning of life? That is not a difficult question to answer. The meaning of life is the living of it. It is just as simple as that. You have life, you live it, that's it. You do not need to complicate it with dissertations on the meaning of life. It's not necessarily a waste of time. However, it is a luxury. For the meaning of life is very plainly put, that you exist. The meaning of existence is that it exists, that things exist within existence. So the meaning of life is the living of it, nothing more. Now, this gets into a lot of the vanities that are inherent in human nature. First of all, we want something better, we want something larger, we want something more grand, we want something spiritual to the meaning of life. We already have the sexual side. The meaning of life is to propagate. Okay, so we have that as a sound bite, and we can accept that, but we can write a dissertation on whether or not that is a delusion